Hi guys, teacher and students. This is Bianca Pons, and I'm going to be showcasing my activity plan that I worked on last week. So I'm going to start projecting my screen so that you can see what I'm talking about, and I'm going to walk you through the stages of the class that I prepared. So I think you can see it now. Okay, I'll try to be quick because I talk way too much, but now that you can see my screen, the topic of this activity that I planned is body and movement. And I decided to personalize the title of the lesson by saying my body parts and how they get me moving so that the students can actually see and feel involved in this learning scenario. So that will be the name of the activity that we'll be working with. The group is second grade, so that is really important to take in mind into planning this activity. We'll be working about with students that are about 7 to maybe even 9 years old. So in that range, we gotta keep their attention at all times. That is really important to take into account. The English level that we're working with is A2, so it is a pre-intermediate. We might start giving instructions or maybe here or there little commands or maybe even the retroalimentation in English. I'm sorry, it's called feedback. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe give them a little feedback or congratulations in English, but we can't afford to give them the whole thing in English because they can't even process it at this moment. So the topic, as I said, is body and movement. The learning situation will be students recognize the body and apply them in their context by relating them to their favorite sports and body movement activities. Now, I said body movement activities because it's really important to take into account that not all the students are interested in sports. Not all of them are going to be this football kid or the skating girl. Not all of them are like that. So maybe there's this kid that likes chess or other sports or moving activity, and we'll have to adjust to them and maybe give some examples to include others as well. That is the situation. The skill to practice, of course, will be the vocabulary, but we're also reinforcing the grammar and other skills such as communication, leadership. We're also doing motivation. So there's other skills, but the main skill for this activity will be the vocabulary. The duration for this lesson and all of the activities that we'll be following here is about 10 to 15 minutes. That'll be about it. And that time we're aiming for them to understand and to practice. Okay. So for the organization, I decided to implement the PPP method that was introduced to us in one of the readings that the teacher supplied for us. So this model, I remember it was told that sort of textbook more related model. Like, it is really criticized these days for being so structured and niche, but I decided to work with it, but because it really has given me some great results. I feel like the learning has gotta have some structure, so I'm going to do my best at keeping it flexible, but still doing this structure to the class, which is also the structure that the activity has given to us. Structuring the activity plan in the pre-activity, which is the presentation, the main activity, which is the practice, and the post-activity, which is the production of the content. For presentation, we're getting them introduced. For the practice, we're getting them but they're practicing. And the post-activity is the production in which they will be recreating the knowledge that they already got from all of this situation. Now, I wanted to show you the actual document that I worked on for this activity, but this won't be the thing that I will be showcasing to my students. They will get bored and just not inspired into the content. They won't get invested in it. So I decided to to plan to what's the word? I decided to design this Canva, which is um, a really easy and practical tool for them to get what I'm saying. I mean, for them not to get lost and have some guidance in that. So, oh my God, I'm gonna open it. Sorry, I thought I had it here prepared. It won't take long, I promise. It won't take long. Okay, here it is. So this is the presentation that I'm going to be showing to the students for them to know that what we're working with. Okay, so this is the first slide, my body parts and how they get me moving by myself, the teacher at this present moment. And this is the learning process breakdown. Now, I feel like we got to take into account, even though it is not implied in this activity presentation, the content presentation that has got to come before all of these activity thing-wise. The vocabulary, the uses have got to be introduced to the students before we're working with this, because how they could implement it in their lives if they have not been thought of it. So this is like the before of what we'll be working today. So now I'm going to walk you through my pre-activity. So I'm going to show you the objective that I planned for it. It is about 3 minutes. It's a listening to the body part song, pointing and moving along to the song. It really is fun. I mean, I have seen a lot of kids dancing and moving and really being involved with the process when it is something more audiovisual and things that they can engage with. So I chose this song as the introduction to the activity to have the students feeling comfortable with the topic, since it's already something that they use daily. They will get the idea of what we're working with. So that's that. And I like the song because it alludes to the movement that each body part has. The instruction that I will be giving to them is: escuchen la canción, pronuncien en voz alta su manera de entender las partes del cuerpo que reconozcan y señálenlas en ustedes mismos imitando los movimientos que dice la canción. So that is instruction. As I told you, I'll give it in Spanish because maybe they can't catch all the words yet. But that's that. And something that I wanted to note in here is that I, as a teacher, can't afford to be sitting while the song is playing. I'll have to step up to the front of the class and actually move with them, actually project what I want them to take out of the activity. So I will be there, maybe dancing and moving and just pointing and you know, being the model, as I told you before. So this is a song, and I'm gonna play it for you so that you can see. Okay, I found it. Here it is. It's a 3-minute video, so not long. I think you can see it. So as the donkey said, me duele la cabeza, pero no sé cómo decirlo en inglés. It is an awareness point for them to realize how they could use this. How they, I mean, it's not like they're going to be singing this song just like in their everyday life. They're actually going to take something out of it. So I wanted to include a video that will walk them through that. We're going to continue watching the video. And also, just walking with them and being along the roads and getting them to feel connected with us sisters is really important, I think. So as you can see, it's a really dynamic song that they will enjoy and keep their attention in there. All the vocabulary that we'll be using in the main activity and also in the past activity will be taken from this. And also the content that I have presented before is taken up from this scheme. Okay. I think that was it for the song. Um, there's really not much to say about it. Song spoke for itself. Really fun. But now for the main activity, I'm going to walk you through the main activity. And here's the thing. The main activity is to identify the picture and relate to my life. That is the name of the activity that I decided to give it. And sorry, as I told you, I'm giving this student-centered instruction and approach to it to make it feel personal. Okay, so this was the thing that I was supposed to show you before, but I forgot. So this is what I'm working with the students. So identifying the picture and relate to your life. I will be providing to the students, I have it here. I have it here. So I chose this particular image because it has all the body parts, and I also did one for the boys. So this is the main activity of the class. The teacher will provide a sheet and a picture with a boy or a girl, depending on the child, and have them give the body parts, write them, and, showing them with an arrow or whatever, however they want to identify the parts with. And a brief description of how they use them in their daily life. We want them to tell us about what they know already about that body part, how they use it, and we wanted to have it there in sheet so that they associate the activity to the body part. So to make the material more personal, I decided to provide pictures for both boys and girls so that they feel confident and understood in learning about their bodies. Now, the instruction that I'm going to give you here is: identifiquen en sus imágenes las partes del cuerpo que conozcan. Señálenlas con una flecha del color que gusten. Escriban en inglés qué parte del cuerpo es. Entre paréntesis, escriban un verbo que describa cómo usan esa parte del cuerpo. And of course, I'm going to give them an example to go with that. So I'll have my very own picture, and I'll show them how I draw an arrow to the hand, and I wrote in parentheses the activity that I relate to it, and I chose to write. So they'll have that as an example if they didn't catch the instruction, because it is really important to take into account that there's kids that might have a little trouble catching instructions. So give them an example is also good, because as I told you, I am the model of the class. Okay, so since the kids in this scenario are at level A2, they've been studying for some time and they know basic verbs that could describe what they use the body parts for. They already have the context. And the duration for this activity will be from 5 to 7 minutes, like in this radio. Okay. So now we're moving forward to the post activity. So now they have the content has been presented and practiced, and now we're going to the production section of it. So this is a slide that I will be showing for them. Is reflect and share shows how you use your body. And okay, the idea is to have the students come voluntarily to the front row and show off how they use their body parts and give them space to share interest in sports and leisure activities they can use in the movement for. It's important to encourage the students to take part in this section of the activity, since some of them can be shy about it. As I told you, not everyone will want to be involved in this. Maybe there's some of them who will be more comfortable showcasing from their own desk, or maybe there's this one that really is excited and I don't know, like moved by the idea of showing how they play football or dance or whatever. And it's really important to have them feel comfortable doing it, because we want that enthusiasm. So the students that showcase that, we gotta take advantage of them a little, even if it sounds a little weird, taking advantage of that enthusiasm that has been put out, and maybe have them maybe I don't know how to say it, but we want that to be projected in others as well. Not the same, but that's what we're aiming for. Okay. And the instruction that I will be giving to them is: tomemos turnos para enseñar cómo utilizamos nuestras partes del cuerpo en nuestras actividades favoritas. Pueden levantar la mano para pasar a mostrarnos. And it is also really important to note that I, as a teacher, will be showing off how of my very own movements first, so that kids feel safe in participating. It's the same as an example. So I'll say, this is my elbow. Sorry. So this is my elbow, and I use it to move this way my arm, and maybe I use it to take hold of my arm, and I don't know. Like, this is really not a part of the body that maybe they can relate that well, but there's others, so I chose the wrong part to do the example, but that's that. And as I told you about the PPP method, I've already touched on that. So I'll show you my last slide for the class activity, and it's to reflect. So now I feel like, since the body is a topic that we'll always be involved in, because I wanted to use an activity from a topic that we're always involved in. We're always working with the body. So there will come a day in which maybe the work or friends won't be involved, but the body is always present. So I wanted them to feel mindful and grateful about their body. Now I won't touch that long on that. It's just for them to reflect and maybe write in a little sheet or in their own notebook something that they appreciate and love, or something that they feel inspired about in their body. So maybe I like my legs because they get me running, or I appreciate my feet because they get me walking every day. Of course, that is a more advanced way to plant it, but you know this, I mean, they can have it in the sheet. I provided examples saying, I like my face. I think my hair is pretty, or whatever. Like a little thing like that for them to feel good about themselves, about their body, and about what we've learned in this lesson. And that is that. That's that. I'm done with the activity. Of course, I'll give the space and the time to solve any doubts. Maybe they can come along with some other parts that they already know. It is really important to add to what they already know. So maybe they know that these are the eyes. Well, they don't know that these are the brows. So maybe I won't touch that much on eyes. Maybe I'll move more to something more advanced that they know, or maybe not. Maybe they're all in the same level, so I'll adapt that. I just wanted to take that into account, and it is really important for the class to feel dynamic and for everyone to feel seen and understood and very well comforted in the fact that we're all learning here, and there's plenty of things that I can learn from them as well. I wanted to make that space feel good. So that's that. That's me. Just teaching that class, and I really hope you could um, uh, hear me, because as I told you before, I'm in a public space and I couldn't be at home right now. I had to film this really quickly, but yeah, thank you very much. And that was my activity plan. Bye.